Then there was before Clarkston, you guys saw Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
After Clarkston, you have Romeo and Juliet.
That was
Then
good. They missed a lot of these because of
Yeah.
their stuff. I took a lot
Yeah.
of I took a lot of my other kids, but they were more interested in theater because I took them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
This is a kind of a dumping ground, and so I made like it was either a reward or something, and so that helps. But my regulars didn't get to go.
okay,
To as many.
and then all the way in deferred action.
Mm-hmm.
So which ones did you see, Sergio?
I only saw Moonshine and Clarkson.
In Clarkston
I seen Moonshine and Deferred Action.
and deferred action. What, two totally different ones. So, okay, so what were your thoughts on Moonshine?
I thought it was wild, but it was so interesting.
What made it wild and interesting?
I like how it went from one different setting, like to a whole completely different setting from urban, from ranch to city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked how it was a whole different experience for the character, and then you can feel that in yourself too.
What school were you paired up with that night?
What is the one with the blonde hair lady? They're out kind of far.
Oh, Eustace. Y'all
yes.
were playing with Eustace.
No, were we with Eustace that night? Because sometimes we were with Eustace. We've
I
been
know
paired
for
up
Clarkston you were.
for the whole
Yeah, we
time.
were with
Wait,
Clarkson.
Clarkston was the. I think I did see Clarkston too.
Yeah, you saw
Yeah, I saw Clarkston. Yeah.
So like
Actually,
for
the two gay guys who
Yeah.
worked at
Mhm.
the Costco,
Oh,
and their
Yeah.
mom who was an addict.
Addict,
I
yeah.
love that one. Yeah, that was my
and that was I mean, what did
So
you
that was your
think?
favorite?
Yeah.
What did
That's
you
your
love about
favorite?
that?
Because like it was so intimate. You got to be so close with the characters,
Yeah.
and it's like nothing was really laid off. Everything was real, especially the mom. Like the mom, I was like, wow, I hate her, but
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you made me hate you, and then the just especially the scene, like the stage, it was a simple set, but it felt so real. I don't know, I can't explain it with words.
It
but
was
felt
simple, and I liked how that floor came up or something with the beach
Yeah.
later
Yeah,
on.
yeah, they
I like
lifted up
that.
and saw the beach,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's interesting too on that because being so close to those actors, they had to work so hard to not look like they were acting because if they started like faking it, if they started going like, I'm so mad,
Yeah.
then like everybody in the audience would like turn against them.
Yeah.
And they had to work so hard to like not talk louder than they had to talk. And to just really, like, they hardly ever looked at the audience. They kept looking at each other. Like a lot of times in a play, like in a show like Moonshine or something like that, like you kind of like look out to the, you stand like this, 3/4 or whatever. But like in that play, in Clarkston, they just kept doing this, even if the audience like wasn't like looking. Yeah.
They were never there.
Yeah, and even in like the tech stuff, like the props people, like there was a scene where they dropped a jar of queso on the ground, for instance, and it broke.
Yeah.
Well, they tried first dropping like real queso, and then the glass wouldn't break, or then it would break and it would smash all over the place. So they had to like build these fake glasses that the exact part would open up, and then they found that like the queso wouldn't actually come out of it fast enough to make a mess on the floor, and the story needed them to make a mess. So they had to build fake queso like of a special substance that would actually come out. So they had to try all these experiments of like what can you add to it so that it would break and run out, because otherwise the story would work. Because they had to but it had to all look totally real. Because for the story to work, it had to be guys working in Costco, so it had to be like they were really carrying real things. So even that, like all this, even like the fake stuff, had to be like it was real, which is that was crazy.
The last thing I asked people, who do you look up to in this industry? If you had your ideal cast, or a person that you'd want to work with, or a predecessor. Like if you say you get your dream team from off, anywhere. Which of course, Liz, Michael, all of them are like Hassan, all of them are the bomb. So, but just for curiosity's sake.
Well, I'm pretty lucky because I get to work with my dream team of actors on most
Good.
days because
Okay.
we have an acting company who sometimes drive me crazy and sometimes inspire me, but always push me to make better art. And if you would ask me for one example of that, I would say, Liz Michael is the perfect example of that. She has got such a big heart, she will do anything. She is fearless. You can say, Liz, you're gonna have to like rip your heart out and like scream and cry, and she'll totally go there. And then you can be like, Liz, it's time to be sexy and funny, and she's like, I totally got it. And she's never worried about looking foolish. She never says, oh, I'm too tired, or I'll do it on opening night. Like you can say, like in rehearsal, you can say, Liz, I just don't believe that right now. You're gonna have to dig deeper, and she'll just like instantly like do it. You know what I mean? Like she can do almost anything, and she seems like herself when she's doing it too. Like
Yeah.